I'm Jackie. I'm the creator and illustrator of the Midnight City Tarot deck, and I want to thank you so much for being here and checking out this reading today. I have a new reading for us for Taurus season, which is exciting, and it's using the City of Dreams tarot spread, and it's going to be here to support us as we, work towards our dreams and kind of ground them from being up here in the ether and into reality and calling in the life that we want. So, love doing that with you guys. Love checking out what the cards have to say. Before we get started, I have some really exciting news. I'm going to be offering bundles on my website, so you guys can head over to midnightcitytarot.com and check that out. Pouches are going to be included in a bundle. These will be gift sets. They're going to be gift wrapped by me, and they'll just be really special, kind of like a little collection of items that I really love, that I think you will really love. And it's just so cool to be able to buy them all together and kind of give them as a gift, or, it's Taurus season. If you just want to indulge, treat yourself, live lavishly, you can do that. And I also have, these really comfy tees. They say City Witch on the front, and in the back they say past, present, and future, which is, of course, a very iconic tarot spread. And it also really signifies how connected we all are. People from all over the world have purchased the Midnight City Tarot deck, which still I feel like I have to pinch myself about. Past, present, or future, we're all connected, by that magical buzz of New York City. So that's that. And yeah, the pouches are going to be included in bundles, and they're awesome. I'm obsessed with my pouch. It's a little carry-all. Honestly, I use it all the time, like when I'm going out running errands. It's basically my purse, but it's also a really beautiful way to carry the deck, which is how I'm using it today. So inside it has these two smaller pockets, and they actually fit the deck like it was made for it. I still can't get over how beautifully this worked out. So deck fits in here, and then you could put another deck or crystals, whatever, littler things in this pocket. I know a lot of us witches tend to collect things as we're going out and about. I definitely have a pine cone or a seashell or something like that always in my purse at all times. And then there's two other pouches that are a little bit bigger, so they fit the guidebook and the journal. So journal right here, and guidebook and postcards I keep in the other pocket. And yeah, all of the deluxe sets are going to come with two postcards too. These can be mailed out to friends or just, hung on the wall as a little fun pop of color and city magic. So that's that for now. I do have another product that I'm developing, but I'm gonna save that for another video. But I'm really excited about it. It's something that you guys have been asking for, literally since the Kickstarter last year. So really cool to be able to make it happen. And last thing I wanted to say is I'm wearing these beautiful earrings. I hope you guys can see them. My hair's not in the way. These were made by Amanda, actually the editor of the guidebook, which is so cool. She made these for me, and I just absolutely love them. I feel that world energy every time I put them on. So thank you, Amanda. I love my earrings so much, and I hope to carry them in the shop one of these days. So we'll work on that. But yeah, let's get into the reading. And this is something I actually did a little bit different this time. I pulled the cards yesterday, and just because the shuffling takes so long, I wanted to be a little bit more prepared today and not take up so much time editing this video, because they take hours to edit if I do the whole thing live. So I'm just putting our cards back in order the way that they came out last night. I shuffled them and they flew out, so we went with that, and I will hold them up each one as I go. And like I said, we're using the City of Dreams tarot spread. This was something that I created to support us as we bring our dreams into reality. And honestly, I made this because I felt like it was a really important reminder that we can work towards the life we dream of, and when we do, put that one step in front of another, we work towards it. That's what I did to create, this business. And it's really cool to watch all these new products come together and see you guys loving them, and just seeing the deck make its way out into the world. All of that was done by, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting in the process. So if I can help a little bit with that, I would be just so honored. So let me start at the very beginning. We have our first question, which is our general message. We have the Four of Wands, and it is reversed. So Four of Wands really is about structure and our celebration. Right now we're at a wedding of one of our friends. You'll see this all in the guidebook. But it's at a really beautiful rooftop in Williamsburg in Brooklyn, and you can see the city in the background, and it was just like a day of celebrating like their beautiful union and relationship, and it just felt like so real and very authentic to them, which was really special. Like all of these cool like party decorations, it was really special. So, okay, that's my little background of what inspired this card. And when it's reversed, either we're having some issues with the structure in our like relationships or lives like that. We are in the suit of the wand, so it is very passionate and like motivation driven. Either that or we're turning inwards, and that's really what it feels like to me. I know this year I've been pulling like the Hermit and lots of things that have made me feel like a little more like introspective, so that's kind of resonating here. And you know, all the wands are pointing down like at to us. That's how I'm interpreting that. So if we're feeling, you know, a little bit turned inwards, we can celebrate our own special achievements just with ourselves. Like it doesn't always need to be like a big, you know, celebration outwardly. It can just be small and, you know, personal. Just do a nice little ritual for yourself to honor yourself. And yeah, and I'm just realizing I didn't light my candle, so we're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna light our candle, call in our guides. I already did this before we started, but if you guys want to do that and take a deep breath, definitely do that. Yeah, the wands reminded me to get the fire element going here. But yeah, so we're turned inward. Maybe we have something cool to celebrate, but to not, you know, make it be this whole like, you know, outward situation. And yeah, let me see what else I have in the guidebook that I want to mention for this card. Yeah, the way that I put it, and I kind of love this, is like a lot of the more positive cards in this deck, like if they're positive, they're positive. Like if that's just the meaning of it, if it's reversed or not. And that's kind of how I've interpreted this card too. It's like, look for joys and celebration in life and treasure them. Allow yourself to be fully inspired and transformed when you see how beautiful this type of loving foundation can be. So that's another way to kind of look at it. And you know, there's many layers to the meanings of the tarot. So I like to put them all out, and then you guys can decide what resonates the most for you, because of course, you know, in an in-person reading, we would have some more back and forth, but when it's like this, I'll just let you know all of the interpretations that are coming to mind for me, and I'm trusting that the instincts and the intuitions that I'm getting about what to say are going to be helpful for you guys. And, you know, let me know if that's making sense in the comments. With what's going on in your life, and maybe, you know, during the month of, or during Taurus season, if this kind of comes to fruition, it'd be cool to check back in and see how that's kind of panned out. And then we have, for the position of what's holding us back, we have the Three of Swords, and this is a card that we've pulled before in these readings, so it's interesting. It's like we're working kind of through something. It's holding us back, which is making me feel like this heartbreak, we're not really healing it. And of course, I'll hold this up so you can see. The Three of Swords, I think, is like probably the most iconic tarot card imagery that we have, like in the, you know, Rider-Waite Coleman Smith deck, and, you know, all of the decks. So I interpreted this by making it like a mural, a big art mural on the side of this building. And this was like somewhere where I would go walking. It was like right by my place when I first lived in Manhattan, in Soho. And I would come walking by this way all the time. And it just like that feeling of like, the feeling of this card is really profound, I think. And, you know, we have a heart with the swords in it. So it is like betrayal, or like coming to find out information that is heartbreaking. And because of the meaning of the card, I wanted this drawing to really be massive. Like you're walking and you can't ignore it. It's something so big that it kind of like it takes your breath away for a second. And I keep like touching my like heart space, which is really interesting. Of course, we have like the heart on the card. So yeah, it's, you know, not the most exciting card to see probably for most people. It is definitely an opportunity for us to heal, especially when it's holding us back. We know that, like, you know, replaying old traumas and like hardships and telling old stories that make us really sad and betrayed and broken, it's not really serving us in our highest and best. And that's what this is all about, is we want to move forward, creating the life that we dream of, and not so much like dwelling on the past. This is coming up to be healed. Like, we want to heal the past and we don't want to get stuck there. So something to keep in mind. And then, who or what can we call upon for support? We're still feeling that Aries season energy, I can tell, because we have the Page of Wands. So it's that fiery spark of passion. What excites you? What lights you up? Like, when you're thinking about making a project or creating something cool or beautiful or anything, it could be like drawing in like friends, community, anything that you want to do or create. What makes you the most excited? And it's also about growth. Like, we see these little leaves that are kind of sprouting out of the wand. So it's about growth and development and adventure. We've got the taxi cab in the background. Maybe we're going to like continue on with our day and hop into the cab and go around the city and continue on our adventure. We've got the little crosswalk person like going. It's just like we're having some movement and a spark of creativity with our little candle on the table. So I'm excited that we have this lovely spark of passion, motivation, creativity that we can call upon. I love that so much. And definitely looking at the little candle magic is very supported when we see the wands, especially when we've got that symbol in the card. So very cool. I love candle magic. And our underlying theme, we have the Lovers. And I think this is the first time that we've seen this card in our City of Dreams spread. So our underlying and hidden theme. And I love this question because it really uncovers like anything that we're not noticing at the surface. And this to me, just like obviously like looking at the imagery, I feel so supported. They're holding hands, you have the support of another, and you're learning about yourself by interacting with another. But that definitely is, especially the information that's coming through right now to me, is this is about support. Like, you're very supported and there's harmony in this pairing. They're holding hands, they've got their matching bracelets, so you can see like the colors are kind of mirrored. So it really is that like, yin and yang situation, and nice to know that we have that support. It doesn't have to be necessarily from another person. Honestly, when I used to pull the Lovers card when I lived in New York City, it usually was about projects, about, things I was trying to create and then did create. So definitely keep your mind open to who or what that could possibly be, but know in general that you have support. And also, this could be support from beyond the veil. This could be support from, your guides too, which, they're always supporting you and helping you to move forward. So love keeping that in mind. And did want to mention that this card has the snake represented in this card, and I've been seeing snake symbols all over, and I've been seeing serpentine, which is, let me grab this crystal, which I've been keeping out because I keep seeing it and I know this wants me to work with it. I honestly don't know a ton about this crystal. Like, I've not researched it. I just know how I feel about it, and it really does feel like that transformative, like really strong transformative, and like letting go of the past, which how lovely is it for this? And of course, like, definitely this is not like fact. Look that up, see how this resonates with you. But that's just how I personally feel about this palm stone that I have. And I also saw a snake when I was running yesterday, which is really interesting. A snake symbol usually comes up when it's important to take note of. So snake, of course, is about the transformation. They shed all their skin in just one go. So it talks about how love can transform us and letting go of the past. So really cool. This is really lovely to see. And then we have our next steps. And we actually have two cards that popped out for next steps. So I'm going to pull them up to you in the order that they came out. So we have the Queen of Coins, which love seeing the Queen of Coins. They have created this beautiful shop. They're a shopkeeper in the Midnight City Tarot deck. And this is actually at Flower Power in New York City. And they carry the decks there too. So if you guys are in New York looking for the deck, definitely pop over there, check it out. It's a beautiful herbal shop. And it really feels like the roots that have like been planted into the city that have then been able to support this growth, this like upward growth that connects so many people. It draws in so many people who are interested in the plant path and working with herbs, and it just feels so supportive. So love the Queen of Coins as boss babe, like in the best way of just like nurturing from the heart, very grounded, green witch, all about it. So this could be, you know, also a signal to check out and support your local herbalist. And I took an herbal class for a few months lately, and it's been lovely. I've really learned so much, and I keep getting messages about herbs too. So super cool. Let me know if this is, or like which direction kind of this card is taking you in when you see it. And oh yeah, I do want to point out in the card that I drew, we have this broom hanging over our Queen of Coins, and this is a broom that is actually from Flower Power that they created, and I just love it so much. Okay, my little pentacle. I love it so much for protection, and I'm just keeping it here. And another good reminder to just let you guys know, my only account is Midnight City Tarot, so this is my little broom of protection, and that's my note of protection. Okay, cool. And then the last card that came out was the Two of Swords. So this is a mental block. You know, the swords are crossed, keeping us from going down this path. The lights are all turned red. But eventually we know, like, they're going to turn green, the swords will uncross, we'll be able to move forward. But what's keeping us stuck? Like, why are we feeling this block? Is it indecision? Sometimes we're at this crossroads and we don't know where to go. Like, should we just continue where we're going? It looks difficult that way. Do we go, you know, off to the side down this path? That doesn't look that great either. Or maybe we have two beautiful options and we don't know which one to choose. So it's kind of that feeling of indecision and just not being clear. So it's a good opportunity to get clear about what you want and think of the pros and the cons of either direction that you're deciding between, if that's making sense. Otherwise, we maybe are just being blocked from something at this time. And I know we all have our own relationships with the cards, and usually if I'm getting the Two of Swords, that means like, not for you at this time. And I'm fine with that. So it's kind of that delicate balance of like knowing when to push and when to be like, you know, give it up to something higher and understand like maybe this is not the time. So just a good thing to note. And I know we also have some retrogrades coming up, so maybe this has to do with that too. Maybe it's best to wait and not sign paperwork during those. So just a reminder, I believe the shadow period starts on April 26th. So that's what we have for our reading today. And I hope that you guys have a lovely Taurus season, and I wish you the best of luck in achieving your dreams, and not just luck. I wish you full support as you make them come true. And thank you so much for checking out this video. If it resonated, if you liked it, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up, a like. It just helps me to know the content that you guys are enjoying. And if you have questions or other types of content that you'd like to see, please leave it down below in the comments. It helps me a ton. Thank you so much for checking this out, and I will see you guys next time. Happy Taurus season!